Radiant team ban.
before he finally got into the semifinal. It was terrible.
But we're all here now. This is the third place decider. It is, I believe, a best of 3 between these two teams. Rattlesnake, hailing from China, up against the international squad, Neolution Esports. Game 1, of course, Neolution Esports being on the Radiant side, Rattlesnake playing the Dire in this first game. And we have a Nyx Assassin. Big surprise here, huh?
Once again, just always banned out. Teams just fear him way too much, and he's a support that just gives you too much map control. When you're up against a Nyx Assassin, after he is level 6, you're just constantly playing in fear, and that's very stressful. So most teams opt to ban him out.
Magnus being banned as well. They do not want to deal with another Magnus. Ice 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 playing a phenomenal game, and that last game that they played, the game 2 between Rattlesnake and Zenith.
Yeah.
And you know what? No more of that, hero. Reverse polarity is pretty strong.
Despite being against a different team.
Banned. That's interesting. You normally don't see that in the first ban stage, but pretty much one of the main supports in this tournament.
And Rattlesnake basically picked him in every game, I believe. And they value him really highly. I think they pick him in the first 2 picks pretty much every single time. Darks are going to be picked up here. No real shocker. Although he has been slipping past a few times.
Yeah, that is really the result of that Keeper of the Light in the first banning stage. It just allows for some of the stronger heroes to make their ways into the pool, such as the Darkseer. Lone Druid going to be picked up by Rattlesnake. They really like Icy playing that bear.
Yeah, every single time pretty much, and he does a very good job on that hero.
Yep, the Care Bear comes back now. Really, something to note is the fact that he goes Orb of Venom relatively early on that bear, just so that, you know, if it's a 3v1 or a 1v1 lane, he can just start the harassment right away. And he keeps his bear as long as possible, trying to send it back to the fountain to regen whenever he can, in place of just creating a new bear.
Yep.
Look how fast!
Oh wow!
Look how fast they're picking. I actually expected them to pick Phantom Lancer. Neolution has pretty much picked PL every single round in this GosuCup Asia. Their PL unfortunately fell to a late game Luna in the last game they played up against First Departure, in a nail-biting, pretty much hour-long game.
I was unfortunately not able to watch that because I was keeping everything under wraps here, but from what I can remember, what we've casted from Neolution so far is that they've picked Phantom Lancer pretty much every single time, right?
Pretty much, yep. That's a really interesting pickup, that Sven. This kind of tells me that they might want to run the aggressive tri-lane Rattlesnake, having Icy on the solo safe lane with the Lone Druid up against a potential Darkseer, and then just running a really aggressive combo tri-lane, Lesh, Sven, and maybe one more hero. Queen of Pain being picked up by a Neolution Esports kind of tells the tale of how they want to play their lanes, in the sense that it's most likely going to be that Queen of Pain in the mid lane. However, we have seen some teams hailing from the Philippines that do like to run it in the solo safe lane. Pacific Esports, one of them, they had played that Queen of Pain solo safe with Bayabas playing it, doing exceptionally well. You'd be able to catch that game in our VODs over on our live stream here at twitch.tv/theironbranch.
And of course, tomorrow it will be up on our YouTube at Iron Branch TV. If you prefer YouTube mods, some people do. Now, it'll be interesting to see if that Sven is actually an aggressive tri-lane carry, or if he's actually a roaming support. Last game we saw, Rattlesnake ran 2 roaming supports, and they weren't able to get the Shadow Demon this game, so Sven might be the next best thing for them to go with that less rack.
Yep, I really like this anti-mage ban. Very necessary, especially considering that the Shadow Demon was picked up by the Neolution squad earlier in this draft. It seems to me that Rattlesnake's going to concentrate on banning carries that might do pretty well against what their lineup currently consists of. Yeah. Maybe banning out a Naix might be the next option for them. And on the other hand, Neolution might look to ban heroes that might fit well in a potential aggressive tri-lane. Rubik being one of them. Maybe even seeing a Lina ban, potentially.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure what we're going to see here. The draft is still very much so open, I feel. Especially from Rattlesnake.
5 seconds remaining.
Is that Sven going to be a carrier or is it a support? Like, it changes pretty much the entire drafting situation.
Yep, agreed.
It's hard to call. Now, I think Neolution should probably look to ban a long laner. Yep, there we go. Not a long laner, a solo.
Yep, just for the mid lane. I mean, they're trying to deal with heroes that have a really nice mid-game timing in the mid. And of course, there is a Lifestealer ban, as we had talked about before.
Yeah.
Just heroes that do well against either the Lone Druid or the Sven. I wouldn't be too surprised to see either a Brewmaster ban, maybe even a Templar Assassin ban, if they don't want to deal with that TA in the mid lane up against the Queen of Pain. It's a pretty back and forth matchup. If the Queen of Pain has sentry wards, it's going to be a little bit easier for her to try to control the wave. Queen of Pain can always turn it into a kind of farm-oriented lineup. A farm-oriented mid lane is what I mean. Just using her Scream of Pain to farm the creeps, as well as maybe do a little bit of side harassment. But most likely not because of refraction on the Templar Assassin.
10 seconds
We'll see what they do decide to ban in the end, though. They do decide to pick up the Tidehunter, actually. Just another really nice hero that can kind of fit that offlane role, as well as just have a really big team fight presence.
That's kind of an interesting ban, though. Typically, you don't look to ban out a Tidehunter unless you're really, really, really sure that the Rattlesnake are going to pick it in this case. But if we're right about the aggressive tri-lane, the Tidehunter really doesn't fit in at all.
Yeah, it's true. It would mean that there would be 2 melee heroes in that aggressive tri-lane, which is something you don't see too often. We could also be seeing a Leshrac go into the mid lane. We've seen it a couple of times this tournament, and it's been pretty good for the most part.
I believe we've only seen it against the Templar Assassin, though. That's something important
true.
to note here.
Dire team pick.
And that's a pretty nice support here to pick up. Of course, the Keeper of the Light and the Rubik being banned relatively early on allows for the Jakiro to make its way into the play. Really nice long-range initiation to kind of tie into the Shadow Demon's Disruption as well, maybe as a follow-up. And a really good AoE hero in general.
Also, it's a really good hero if they're expecting the aggressive tri-lane, like we are. Because the Ice Path is just so good at shutting down attempts and initiation, right? It just kind of kills anything straight away.
5 seconds
It just
remaining.
kills the action.
Give me Gyro, says Mr. Nine Sky. Oh man, that'd be a pretty sweet hero to
That
combo.
would actually be a pretty good pick here, I feel.
I also really like Jakiro because of Darkseer being able to vacuum into the Ice Path, as well as maybe even vacuuming into a Macropyre, just does a large amount of damage. It also lets Queen of Pain get her full burst combination off with that Sonic Wave, as well as a Scream of Pain. Naga Siren gonna be the pickup. This is really interesting. How are they gonna lane this?
This is pretty much the aggressive tri-lane right here in front of us. This Leshrac, Sven, and Naga Siren. Naga Siren with the Ensnare is so good in the aggressive tri-lane, although she kind of lacks the damage.
Of course, PL having fallen to the Luna in the previous game, they decide, you know what, no more PL, it's time for Luna to shine. So it looks like that's most likely what Boogie is going to be playing in that safe lane. That's a really strong tri-lane in its own right. Shadow Demon, Jakiro, Luna, that's a lot of damage. And that's a lot of ranged heroes as well, making full use of the Lunar Blessing bonus damage given to heroes that the Luna gives.
I wonder what we're going to see as the last pick here for Rattlesnake. It's most likely going to be a mid. I think it could be a Night Stalker. Night Stalker is still in the pool, and he does very well against Queen of Pain. Brewmaster is also in the pool. He's a pretty good matchup. He can give the Queen of Pain kind of a decent run, but
the thing about the Rattlesnake lineup right now is that Lone Druid might not actually be in the safe lane. They could run it as a long lane and then have 2 dual lanes. If only based on the fact that Leshrac, Sven, and Naga Siren is a really interesting lane.
Yeah.
It's really hard to harass with that Sven. Leshrac is going to have to do most of the harassment in that lane, besides when they're initiating, of course. But that kind of plays into the Luna tri-lane's favor, in the sense that they can disengage really well.
Yeah.
Even Shadow Demon Disruption, if he manages to avoid a Stormbolt or even the Split Earth from the Leshrac, that's a really nice change of pace for a 3v3 lane like that. So Rattlesnake taking quite a bit of time to determine what do we really want to play right now.
Windrunner at your service.
And they choose the Windrunner.
does
We'll
that
see if
mean
it's
a
AC
dual
on
roam
the,
support? Or a dual roam strategy?
It
Let
could
him
be,
is up on
actually.
that Sven.
It is
That's
Icy
really
on the Lone
interesting.
Druid, though. So Icy has been playing it in the solo safe lane for the most part, and he is pretty much the general hard carry player of Team Rattlesnake. We'll see what's up in the laning phase once we get into the game.
Now, this could be somewhat like what LGD China like to do with the Sven in the mid lane, as we see Lanham pick it up. And he's played mid in the last 2 games against Zenith. Before that, he played in the long lane, though, so he could really do anything here, I feel. Luo has been the support player in pretty much every game so far for Rattlesnake, and he's on the Naga Siren, so he could also be a Naga Siren support. It does work somewhat well, but not the best. You can harass pretty well with the mirror images and the Riptide spam, but that's about it.
And we're off, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 3rd place decider of the GosuCup Asia. I'm Orbit, and with me is Shred as well. We're pretty excited for this matchup. This is going to be two really high-level teams going at it in a best-of-3, as mentioned before. For Neolution squad, on the Radiant side, we have Fox playing the Jakiro, Hard Chico playing the Shadow Demon. Boogie's going to be on that hard carry Luna, picking up an early ring of protection to turn into her Tranquils. This is a pretty aggressive build coming out of the Queen of Pain, opting for 2 Mantles of Intelligence. She has 61 base damage up against the Windrunner. Of course, Blah is going to play that. And finally, we have Lei playing the Darkseer, going for a standard build for a long lane.
And on Rattlesnake's side, we have, as mentioned earlier, Luo on this Nagasurn. Looks to be a support Nagasurn, but she does have the
30
Stout Shield, so
seconds
maybe
to
not.
go.
Maybe it's just tailored to the player and the hero. We have Landon playing that Sven with the Sentry Ward, so he's probably going to be heading that support role.
Oh.
Maybe a dual role strategy. And hold that thought, actually.
No,
Oh.
looks like they're going to get the Ensnare off onto the Jakiro, followed up by a Split Earth as well. Nice disruption on the Sven, so we might not be able to get the Stormhammer.
Great
But
body blocking.
Amazing block coming out of Will. He actually is going to get the Stormhammer off. Jakiro's stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, and the first blood is going to go to the Sven. Excellent play there by the Naga Siren, making sure that the Stormbolt is able to be cast onto the Jakiro. Great play.
And Kambu just getting that Leshrac stun to follow up with that Nagasurn and Snare. Very clutch.
So it does look like they are going to have 2 melees in this aggressive tri-lane to start with. It's going to be interesting to see if they stay nice and Snare, though, too. I don't know about that, though. That's a bit of a waste of mana. Fortunately, it's only 75 mana.
And she does have the clarity. Oh, a pause right here. Fan on the Windrunner in the mid lane says pause. Pretty interesting that they opt to go with the Windrunner against the Queen of Pain. It does okay, but Queen of Pain...
I think that's a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, it's pretty much a farming matchup.
Did you have the overlay set?
Oh, shit. Oops.
Okay.
Sorry about overlay.
Cool. Meanwhile, it is going to be the matchup of the Darkseer up against the Lone Druid. Lone Druid's Bear taking a little bit of damage, but he should be okay overall. He actually ends up going for the Stout Shield on the Bear first this time, rather than the Orb of Venom, which is something that's not too bad. Shadow Demon being aggressive onto this Naga Siren, just using an offensive disruption, but they're not going to continue on the bot lane with that.
Now, looking at this top lane, it's a pretty even matchup for the first few levels. It's pretty much a farming matchup until level 5 or so, where the Lone Druid just pretty much crushes the Darkseer. Ooh. Ninja Boogie being very aggressive there on the Luna. This possession is pretty scary for him.
Yep. Look how much damage this Bear has taken. He only has this Bear on 20 more seconds of cooldown. Only sitting at 200 damage or so.
And that's just the
Oh,
Iron
looks like they
Shell.
are going to be offensive on the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon is going to most likely be able to get a disruption off. He doesn't have to use it in the end, though. And Lestrac's kind of now in a little bit of a difficult situation.
And the strike's positioning was just off there. He wasn't able to follow up with the Split Earth. And then he was kind of in trouble. Oh!
Oh, speaking of Split Earths, they are going to use one to do a little bit of harassment damage onto the Jakiro, but they don't have a follow-up once again.
They just didn't have the mana on the Sven for a follow-up right there. Otherwise, the Jakiro could have probably been in trouble. But Jakiro is such a tanky support from level 1. He starts with, I believe, yeah, 24 strength. That's a lot of strength.
Yeah, he's really beefy.
He
Pretty much
lifts.
has the same strength as a Sven.
Yeah.
Good
Good
counter ward
keyboarding
there,
here,
just
yeah.
getting rid of the pull spot.
And I
Or-
believe this is just out of range like this. I think that is the block range, but I'm not quite sure. It could be just inside range as well. I'm unsure.
We'll definitely keep a note of that and check when the 3-minute timing hits for the neutral groups there.
Yep.
First rune of the game, after the initial rune, of course, which was a regeneration going to Luna. This one's going to go to the Windrunner.
Oh, look at
Unfortunately,
bottom.
she doesn't have a bottle.
Oh,
Looks like
good
they
dodge.
are trying to engage on this. The Sven is kind of a bit out of position. He's forced to run away the long way. Jakiro might actually stay there to try to zone out the Sven, and he might have to go the long way around. Nice play there by the supports from Neolution.
And that should allow them to bully the Nagasurn out of lane a little bit. It's pretty tough, but with the triple range, they should be able to. Even with the Stout Shield.
Yep. Check out the Luna's farm. She's doing quite well for herself. She's sitting at 12 and 2, which is the same as her mid counterpart. Doing really well. Look how far Lem is having to go. He actually wants to most likely go for a mid lane gank. But scouted. 3 pings coming out at the same time. Nice observer ward here
Yeah.
on the bot lane by the Radiant.
Just
scouting out
catching
the
him
Sven
here.
gank.
Very good job to actually look at it as well. just paying attention to the minimap. Oh, they're gonna set up a counter gank?
Oh, this is going to be really nice. They might actually... Oh, he's going to go around the long way and just
Oh,
run away
wow.
as quickly as possible, running back into the mid lane. But this
Very
means that
good
Luna
game
has a
sense
little
right
bit of
there,
space.
knowing that the two supports from bottom are actually going for him. They don't have a
Yep.
ward covering it, so that was just the a gut feeling.
There could be a little bit of an engagement right now. No, looks like the Jakiro is going to back off. And the rune once again going to the Windrunner. It's a haste rune this time. Picks up her bottle right away, so she's going to have full health and full mana by the time she picks up this rune.
She's kind of losing in the creep skill or creep score department, but still doing well.
Notice that the Darkseer was a little bit low. She kind of looked to make her way there, but
Oh, yeah.
Darkseer wisely backing off into the tower. And now we're once again going to this bottom lane, where the action is most likely going to happen.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Luna is opting for the tranquil boots here. That kind of tells us that she's expecting some harassment in this lane.
Yep. Checking out the sentry ward, actually. It does block that pulse spot. That's going to be pretty important.
Yeah.
Luna's
bit of a
playing
misplay
ultra
right
safe right now. But if they do try to engage on her, she does have the Shadow Demon's Disruption to help her out a bit. And she's farming quite well, honestly.
Yeah.
She's the most farmed on the map in a 3v3 lane, being forced to play defensively.
She's really
That's
not being
amazing.
shut down at all.
Yep, that's really strong play coming out of Boogie. Really well played tri-lane by Neolution so far.
Yeah. The supports have immaculate positioning so far. They're just always ready to kind of shut down an engagement straight away. Look at this Jakiro. He's playing kind of like an Earthshaker, just able to get that line stun all the time in case they decide to go on her.
Bogey may have overstepped his bounds a little bit, but no stun follow-up coming from that Sven there. The pressure coming out of Kabu as well. He's canceling his splitter, just trying to make it look like he's about to go for the initiation stun. Forcing Boogie to play a little bit more defensive than usual. Trying to pick off the courier in the back to Leshrac, but this is a really nice time to go onto the Naga Siren while this is happening. Leshrac forced to go around, and Naga Siren taking quite a bit of damage. Actually, Sven taking just as much damage too. Look at how much damage this Luna's doing to the rest of the team. All three of them forced to go back, only because Kabu tried to wrap around to snipe the courier, only doing one hit to it. That's perfect, like perfect awareness coming out of Neolution so far in this 3v3 lane. And they're coming out ahead. Oh,
Great
nice.
disruption!
Beautiful. He actually gets the Ice Path onto the Naga Siren. They do look like they're trying to get this Lesh though. Lesh is going to go down to the Shadow Demon. And now the two supports, well, the Naga Siren as well as the Sven having to run in opposite directions. Just the strength from this tri-lane just proving to be a little bit too much.
And this is just what Neo Evolution want here. I mean, we even see the Windrunner run towards the bottom. Oh, cancelled regeneration room by that creep.
That's a little bit unfortunate. She didn't have Windrun on cooldown, and she didn't have her bottle with her either, so...
And now that she's been spotted, she can't even help out this tri-lane bottom like she was... It looked like she was going to.
Oh, looks like they're force pinging this Sven. He's gonna try to get out of the way. Unfortunately, Boogie, just too wise, getting that kill. Actually, picking up the Shadow Demon with the kill there. But really nice play. The spamming pings. Look, this guy's out of position. We can go on him now. Perfect play. They're really showing why they're a top tier team. I mean, doing this to the Chinese team with Lo and Lam, that's really, really strong right there.
Oh, looking at this top lane. This Darkseid is putting a lot of pressure on this bear, actually. Or this lone
Yeah,
druid.
wow. Oh, man.
Oh!
The entangle, though. Is he going to turn around? Look at Sven. Sven being able to get there right away. Why isn't he using his... Oh, there's the Stormbolt. Perfectly timed, actually. Just to make sure that as soon as the surge happens, he can get
he
that
died to a
Stormbolt off.
creep. That's pretty important to note. That's quite a bit of gold not going to the lone druid. And the lone druid would have loved to have that.
Yep.
Especially with the start that this Luna has had. He knows that he has to outfarm her.
Ping's going off onto this Naga Siren. They know that he's actually in a really bad position. I'm surprised that they're not going on him yet. Yep, there they go. There goes the Disruption. Follow-up Ice Path. Hits perfectly, as well as the stun from the Luna. Perfect play. Is he going to get the stun off? Yep, but the kill goes to the Jakiro.
Great play right there. They just have such immaculate game sense. Even though they don't have that many wards, they know exactly where the supports are.
Yep, exactly. They saw the Sven go up to the top lane, so he was probably roaming to the mid, which is where they expect him to be now, and actually might be looking to meet up with him there. Queen of Pain bottling the haste rune and using it right away, maybe looking to try to get a kill. She's gonna run in.
Oh, but this is so risky.
Going to be used? Oh, he does end up using the Stormhammer.
Oh,
nice attempt at a follow-up. Uh-oh, nice shot.
there is backup coming from Shadow Demon, but he's not going to be able to make it in time.
Beautiful shackle shot, just to guarantee that kill. Queen of Pain getting a little bit too far ahead of herself with an attempt at a kill on that Windrunner in the mid lane.
Oh!
Like in the bot lane. Nice splitters, as well as a follow-up entangle. This is going to be a kill on that Darkseer, and this one does go the way of the Lone Druid. Icy playing phenomenally so far. He is the most farmed on the map, too.
He is. You are right. You are correct, good sir. And even though this safe lane tri-lane has won so much for Neolution, this Luna doesn't have a single kill so far, only assists. So even though she's farming creeps really well, she hasn't really been able to get the heavy gold from the kills.
But they've got to be really pleased at the amount of farm that all three of their lanes have had so far. I mean, the Darkseer sitting at 34 CS, 39 on the Queen of Pain, and 43 on the Luna. That's a lot for 9 minutes in for each of those three. Not only that, but the supports are getting the money they need through these kills. Looks like another Leshrac gank onto this bottom lane. Are they going to try to go for it now? Bear running up ahead. Oh! Once again, just these entangles coming out from this Lone Druid player, from Icy. Just insane.
3 levels in Surge. That is really
the last
defensive.
Hit, of course, the hero actually. Icy getting the last hit there. Another kill going the way of the Lone Druid. Perfect. This is exactly what they need to have happen. Just because their aggressive tri-lane didn't work out too well. Actually, speaking of the aggressive tri-lane, nice disruption. Follow-up Ice Path hitting once again, and a dual breath. That's going to be another kill. Jakiro once again getting the last hit. Oh, wow. The Leshrac roaming. He's going top, he's going mid, he's getting kills everywhere he goes.
Yeah, and together with Lanham, that's a really good killing combo. Sven and Leshrac with the double stun, that's some good burst damage as well.
Yep. Some solid play coming out of both teams, really.
Looking at the bottom lane right now, they're looking to trade towers here with the top lane. Now, the top lane is going to push a lot faster, even though the Leshrac doesn't have Edict, but the Lone Druid just provides so much damage. But
yep.
The bottom lane, they just have such an advantage, because they've already worked this down for a while.
Yep, and it's getting low and low. This might just end up being a tower trade. Maybe not if they decide. Looks like they are gonna...
Did they get the deny?
No, they didn't get the deny.
Oh, they didn't?
The Siege Catapult actually ends up getting the last hit. That's actually pretty heavy impact. They were looking to get an advantage in that tower trade, but unfortunately they did not. However, they do continue. Icy as well as Lamb going on. But nice Scream of Pain as well as the Sonic Wave going off. Getting the kill on the Sven pretty much instantly. Oh, nice turnaround though. Kabu, is he going to get that kill onto the Darkseer? Yes, he is. This is pretty much him working alone right now.
But no more of that.
This is a support Flash. Look at how high impact he is. The Queen of Pain as well, Shadow Demon, won't be able to secure the kill on him. And he gets the kill on the Darkseer. He's looking pretty heavy. Heavy-duty Leshrac going on.
Heavy-duty Leshrac. Important to note that because he leveled up from that Darkseer kill, he got a skill point, and he put it in Diabolic Edict straight away, just to be able to use an additional spell, rather than waiting for cooldowns. That's kind of what let him get away in the end. And also, if Shadow Demon wasn't there, he could have probably turned around to get a kill on a Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
We see a smoke up in mid, actually.
But no one is mid.
No one is mid.
Or the fire.
They're just hoping that someone is going to take the bait and go on this half-health Queen of Pain. But that's not going to happen.
And that's the person they least want. The 1500 health Lone Druid.
Oh, counter smoke actually by Rattlesnake right here on the bottom lane.
Yep, they do look like they're going to meet up with this Luna. Unfortunately, they don't know.
They just got revealed, so they know. They do know now.
Yep. Oh, they're going to wrap around, actually. This Jakiro might be in a really bad
I wonder if Windrunner's got a power shot.
Look at him. There we go. Nice stuns combination as well as the power shot, securing the kill on the Jakiro. And now TP support. Naga ultimate just to try to shut things down a little bit. Ooh, canceled though. And wow, that left track down pretty much instantly there. They're all running away now. Luna still has her ultimate. Blink in as well as
aggressive blink
turn around
there.
Attempted a Stormhammer by that Sven, but he isn't going to get that off.
That was a very aggressive blink from the Queen of Pain. Kind of surprised at that, actually. If she would have been stunned, I think she would have actually gone down really fast.
Yep. In the meantime, Darkseer kind of slip pushing, getting the last hit on the tower in the top. Really good decision making, I gotta say, from the support. As soon as they realized that their lane wasn't going as intended, the Leshrac as well as the Sven started roaming a little bit more, at a bit of the expense of the Naga Siren, but at the same time they were getting kills in the top as well as the mid lane. So doing really well here. It looks like the gold is, as well as the experience, is relatively even coming up now on the 13.5-minute mark.
Yeah, it's kind of been swinging in each team's favor, really, a little bit.
And yet another smoke coming out of the Dire here. They really want to start making things happen. We'll see if they're able to get kill on these Darkseer. Doesn't really look like he's suspecting much. Is he going to run the wrong way, though? Oh, looks like the ensnare is going to go off. This looks like a pretty easy kill. Leshrac getting that kill
straight away.
He made as if he was going to use a surge, but then he realized, uh-oh, I think I'm just dead. And then he went down. Boogie has the Tranquils as well as drums finished on the Luna.
And he also has an Ogre Axe just being delivered to him, which means he's pretty tanky now. Bringing him down is going to be a bit of an issue. He's also heading towards that level 11, and if he can time that up with the BKB, look for a 5-man push, because that's what the Luna is best at.
Yep. Looks like an Orchid going to be the item of choice for Blah. He has his quarterstaff picked up. I was going to say it might be a Shadow Blade, but that isn't the the item composition anymore for that. It'd be pretty interesting to say the least.
It would
Shadow
be.
Blade pop.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that. Oh, look at this
bottom
bottom lane.
Shadow
There's a
Blade
lot of action down here. Oh,
yep.
Just not getting the Stormhammer off.
Yep, but he also has a disruption just in case.
Yeah, that's true.
Good job turning around and using Shadow Poison. They know exactly who's there thanks to the vision given by that spell. There are 4 people down bottom for the Dire, looking to make things happen on this Luna. No TP support yet, although they do have teleport scrolls. Darkseer getting a little bit closer to his mech now. He's only about 600 away. Here we go, a lot of things and TP support coming in, forcing the Dire to run back here.
Oh, getting the most out of that power shot. Just getting 1 range creep is enough for her to value it that highly.
Thank you.
To use it right there. Queen of Pain is just split pushing this top lane meanwhile. Just trying to get some farm up really, because Queen of Pain without farm doesn't really do that much, even though she's a spell-based hero. She very much so needs farm.
Yep. I'm surprised Icy didn't stack that Ancient Camp. He was there at the right time to stack it, but decides against it. Sven using his Stormhammer on the Luna. Oh, Luna is going to get disrupted, but the turnaround. Nice ultimate there, going onto that Windrunner as well as a beautifully positioned Ice Path. That's going to be a kill onto the Windrunner. She looks like she's the only casualty so far. An offensive urn being used by the Jakiro. And the Blink Scream as well. She does have a Sonic Wave if she wants to use it, but instead Luna going in, getting the last hit.
And Luna wanted to dive further with her Eclipse right there, but not.
Yeah, she definitely did.
Yeah, but not quite able to find
look at the Sven.
Oh,
They know he's there. They know he's there somewhere. However, at the same time, yep, they find him.
But he does have this double damage.
We should be able to make it a lot of damage.
No!
Whoa, excellent vacuum onto the Ice Path as well. And the disruption. They're gonna try to want to take down this Lone Druid. Eclipse being used for it as well as the Sonic Wave.
3 beams used on that Beardo, but still enough damage to be able to.
And on top of that, they get a tower out of it too. They might actually transition into Roche as well. This Lone Druid is down for another 35 seconds. And the split push from the Naga Siren proving not to be enough right now. I feel like they kind of needed her there in that fight.
I definitely agree. If only for the ultimate, being able to shut down the fight for Sven and Lone Druid to be able to get out fine.
Yep, I was actually wrong previously. It was the Shadow Demon who picked up the urn. I saw the beginnings of a potential urn on the Jakiro, but it looks like he is going to turn that into a Medallion of Courage instead, seeing as the SD did pick up the urn.
And that's going to allow them to Roche very fast. If they can get another fight like that, they're going to be able to take Roche in seconds.
Not only that, with that fight, Luna's going to finish up her BKB in a couple of seconds, and Darkseer has already finished up his mech, so this is going to be a really nice timing for them in terms of item progression.
Looks like Rattlesnake is going to gear up for a tower push on bottom here.
Yep.
Leshrac does have 2 points in that Diabolic Edict, so it's going to go down pretty fast.
Yep, fortify as soon as he starts the Edict though, so only 4 seconds of Edict going to be used on this tower in the end. Actually, they're just running away right away. No one's visible on the map from them. So playing blind like that,
they also don't have much vision down here, or any. They pretty much only have this Sentry Ward, and it's about to expire to protect them from ganks, but That's not enough for them, and they smoke up instantly.
Oh, look at the pings at Roche. That was probably like 10 pings in the span of 3 seconds right now.
Oh god. Oh, they're still pinging. Oh,
I think that one, some of them were the Dire too. They're just all pinging Roche.
Yeah.
Oh, the smoke is dispelled. Jakiro actually ends up dispelling it.
Ooh, iffy power shot right there.
Look at this turnaround. They realize something's up. Something's wrong. No ultimate though from the Luna. Nice. Oh wow, BKB pop as well, trying to dodge that Stormhammer, trying to shut things down with the Naga Siren ultimate. However, the Luna has what it takes with that BKB pop to finish off the Windrunner. The kill going to the Queen of Pain. Leshrac getting stunned by the Lucent Beam.
Oh,
and a
great
nice
vacuum.
vacuum on 2 heroes as well. Lone Druid running back. Everyone's kind of retreating for the Dire. Excellent Ice Bat hits too as well. Sven looks like he might go down as well. Nice Sonic Wave from the Queen of Pain, picking up the Sven. And they want more. Look at how much damage this Naga Siren's taking. She doesn't really have the HP capabilities right now.
Dire's middle tower is under
Luna
attack.
decides, you know what, let's do this step by step. They're going to take the mid tower.
Yeah.
And Luna gets the
And
last
then they're
hit.
probably gonna Roche, I feel. Maybe they feel like they can take this tower and get a Roche, but...
Yep. I mean, it's just that Neolution's items are just a bit faster. Windrunner was about 300 away, now 200 away from her mech, when the mech is already finished on the Darks here. As well as the Luna BKB meant that Naga Siren using her ultimate defensively does absolutely nothing to her, and they were able to guarantee another kill. And with that fight, it's pretty much upwards of 6,000 gold in favor of Neolution. They're playing flawlessly up against this Chinese squad, and 5,000 upwards experience in their favor yet again as well. This is exactly what they need to do.
Yeah.
Rattlesnake realizing that they're kind of falling a little bit behind, trying to sneak in a Roche. They have the sentry ward here just to make sure that there is no warding going on.
And there was
However,
no vision.
It was pinged though. They did see them run with that observer ward in the mid lane.
Oh, did they
The
really?
thing is, with the Sven ultimate, as well as Lone Druid just doing some pretty good damage, they might be able to kill this Roshan in time.
Oh.
It's getting pretty low. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Regeneration.
Luna has her ultimate. She might just pop her BKB as well as the ultimate right now. Looks like that's exactly what she's going to do. Look how low this Leshrac is getting. If Leshrac takes a fall right now, this could be a pretty big issue. In the meantime,
both
they're
teams
going on
want
the
this.
Windrunner
Oh!
as well.
Oh!
Luna picks up the Aegis of the Immortal. Boogie is now dominating, picking up the Leshrac, as well as the Lone Druid. The team backs up. Beautifully played. Oh man.
What
it's
an
Windrunner.
ice path from that Jakiro.
Yep. The team support comes in time, and what looked to be a sneaky Roshan. Unfortunately, Rattlesnake bites the bullet there, and they give the Aegis of the Immortal not only to the Luna, but she picks up another 2 kills there as well.
And everything right now is just going Neolution's favor.
Yep.
It's almost painful to watch how everything is going so well for them. Every single
Yep.
thing.
And this is the beginning of the snowball, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they had their items a little bit faster, they pushed the advantage. Not only that, but they stopped the Sneak Roshan, they get a free tower in the mid lane, and now they can transition top because the creep wave is pushing there. Or they might even just want to go mid. Orchid now finished for the Queen of Pain as well. That's a quite important item in terms of DPS output. Windrunner still doesn't have her mech. She's still about 75 gold away. She really needs that item. And there we go. She'll have it now.
Look at how aggressive Ninja Boogie's playing right here. Oh, that's kind of
Yeah,
an
that was a
iffy-
bit of an interesting disruption,
Yeah.
but looks like Sven
Oh.
might actually have an issue. Luna pops her BKB as well. Interesting BKB choice. They might need to try to do a little bit more damage to this Bear to try to block it. Bear, of course, having to go for that Maelstrom because of the
great shackle.
lost fights. Yeah, nice shackle as well as amazing split earth there. Queen of Pain blinking in forwards, trying to get the kills. Ends up getting the kill on the Windrunner as well from that Luna. Looks like Lone Druid's running for his life, and they have to use yet another Naga Siren ultimate defensively.
Dire's top tower is under
What is this
attack.
Leshrac doing? He's kind of in the middle of 4, trying to get a kill on the Queen of Pain. Unfortunately, he goes down to the burst of 4 strong heroes. And the siege continues.
Dire's middle
We're 22
tower
minutes
is
into the
under
game, it's
attack.
18 to 10, but already looking like the kid's spiraling out of control. And yet, again, that's a second map pop already. He's popping it as soon as it goes off cooldown, and they can continue the siege.
Even drums
Are they
pump
going
just to be able
tower?
to push this even
Yep.
faster. And then they're gonna back
Dire's
off.
middle tower
Wisely, I
has fallen.
feel.
Yep. Check out this gold per minute though. The top 3 are the top 3 for Neolution.int. This is just showing that they're really coming ahead in every single engagement, and whatever happens, they're winning.
Ooh, look at Luna's item. She decides to pick up an eagle horn here. An eagle song, sorry. To go into the butterfly. I don't know how
Yep.
I feel about this. Typically you see them go Manta.
I love this. I love this a lot. If only because the amount of DPS output coming out of the Lone Druid, it's just the pure bear right clicks from that team.
Yeah.
Maybe even Sven with his ultimate. They don't really have that much damage otherwise. That can be, and like what they do have can be negated by that Black King bar.
I would have
The
really,
extra
really
chance-
liked to see a Yasha picked up first, though, because I think Luna synergizes so well with the movement speed. And being so mobile in teamfights with that ulti and the BKB, it's a big issue for the enemy team. I mean, she's already
at the
having a
same time,
massive impact.
Darkseer does have Surge, and they do have a lot of blink mobility with that Queen of Pain and Shadow Strike just to slow people down, and even the long-range initiations as well as just, you know, the long-range spells with the Ice Path.
Yeah.
So
Dire's bottom tower
it's
is under
unorthodox, but
attack.
it's not completely wrong.
No, definitely not. It's not a bad item in any way, but
It's really cool. I really like it for sure. And she has the butterfly completed now.
Yeah.
She's doing upwards of 200 damage per right click, and they bounce. So this is going to be
and she attacks
a lot to handle
really,
for
really
Blood.
fast. That's important to note. She attacks very fast. Oh, ooh.
Yep.
No shackle shot
Oh,
available
pops
right
the
here.
BKB though. Unfortunately, a little bit too late on the splitter. She also pops her ultimate, but mainly doing damage to that
That
bear.
didn't really do
They're
anything.
trying to do as much damage to the bear as possible. However, there is another Spirit Bear off cooldown.
Dire's middle barracks are under
Fortify
attack.
is needed to be used there by the Dire, but Luna's just going nuts on these Raxes. Oh wow. A blink on that Darkseer, popping the vacuum as well. And the ultimate onto that Windrunner. Look at how much damage she's taking just based on that Orchid as well. Queen of Pain looks like he has to blink out. She does so very well. And while that was happening, the mid lane Raxes do go down. Everyone has to run away right now.
Radiant's top
Uh-oh.
tower is under attack.
They don't split in time on that Stormhammer. Looks like they do get the Darkseer kill. Blinking forward aggressively. Luna's still there doing a lot of damage. Lamb is going to go down first. Look how much damage
Oh, is
Ice
he gonna
taking
go
as
down
well.
now? Yes, he is.
Blink forward as well.
Oh wow.
4 down, and that's going to be...
Oh,
wow, look at what damage this Flash is doing. But
Almost able to bring the Luna down.
yeah, not enough.
But she
Everyone's
makes it
so
up.
low.
Tower
Even
They're
with the
pinging
Aegis.
the throne.
Still has
They're
the
pinging-
Aegis.
Yeah, they were pinging the throne tower there, but
Oh.
the GG is called by Lamb, and we are going to go into the game 2 very shortly. Really strongly played by Neolution. It's really based on the fact that they won that safe lane tri-lane.
Dire's
Yeah.
middle tower
If you
is
have an
under
aggressive
attack.
tri-lane and things go wrong, it basically forces your supports to roam. And if the roam isn't successful, basically when you would normally have a 4 and a 5 per se, now you're just stuck with 2 5s, 2 under-leveled support players.
Yeah.
And it really
Dire's
kind of
middle
showed there. They
tower
didn't
has
do as
fallen.
much as the supports as the Shadow Demon as well as the
middle
Jakiro
tower is under
of Neolution.
Yeah, just
Excellent
really.
play out of them.
Yeah, and that positioning from the supports in the tri-lane. I mean, I talked about it earlier, but it was just so impressive to see how they were always where they needed to be in order to shut down attempts to kill the
Radiant's
Luna.
bottom tower is
Yep,
under
I would
attack.
say the MVPs of this game for sure. Boogie on that Luna, sitting at 9-0 and 13 in the end, as well as a flawless Shadow Demon performance. He's 2-0 and 14. That's what you want to see if you're playing a support. Great play.
Great play.